My fellow Americans, the war in Afghanistan is now over.
Joe Biden brought an end to America's involvement in its longest war. 20 years which stole lives, cost money and damaged America's image in the world. A war to remove the Taliban, which again sits in power in Kabul.
We're left with a simple decision. Either follow through on the commitment made by the last administration and leave Afghanistan, or say we weren't leaving and commit another tens of thousands more troops going back to war. That was the choice, the real choice, between leaving or escalating.
He promised all Americans who wanted to leave would be evacuated before the US military left. They weren't. Somewhere between 100 and 200 are still there, stranded, but Biden insists not forgotten.
And for those remaining Americans, there is no deadline. We remain committed to get them out if they want to come out.
But the president faces growing criticism from political opponents and even those on his own side. They say he failed, his leadership failed, America failed.
The lies have got to stop, the accountability needs to be there, but most importantly, Americans need to be able to be brought home. This cannot be our history. This cannot be where this ends. We will not allow it.
Biden insists he did the best job possible after the previous administration, never mentioning Trump by name, signed a deal to pull troops out without political assurances. And to the new threat, the group behind last week's suicide attack at the international airport, there was this warning.
And to ISIS-K, we are not done with you yet.
The airlift, organised and carried out in such a short space of time, was undoubtedly a military, diplomatic and humanitarian success. But with Americans left behind, it counts for very little. America has questions to ask about its involvement in Afghanistan, questions that are obvious and difficult. Joe Biden has been politically damaged by what has happened over the last few weeks. He didn't start the war, but what happened at the end will hang over the remainder of his time in office. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, at the White House.